Hello children, welcome to your 8th English class. Children, I hope you are all fine at home, and let's move on to the topic which we started in the previous class. We are in the topic, I hope you maybe read the lesson, that was the boy who asked for the more. Here in this lesson we are clear that who was that boy and how was the condition and from where he was. That was all clear, isn't it? But we were not clear that what that he was asked for the more. Yes or no children? We are not clear that, or we are not till came to the topic where and what he had asked for the more. That is about the lesson, and I like to revise the topic that which we learned in the last class. That was, as I told, this is a story about the boy. The boy was named as Oliver, and this lesson has been written by the Victorian novelist, that was Charles Dickens. And as per the writer introduction, we learned that the boy who asked for the more, it is an extract in the sense only a part which was taken from the novel called Oliver Twist. So here in the novel Oliver Twist, if you read the novel called Oliver Twist, you will get this part of the story. Clear? So this is only a part of this novel. Clear children? And here in the introduction of the lesson, we came to know that this Oliver is born to a poor lady. Poor lady in the sense, as it was introduction, I told, a lady, one who came from place which was unknown to all. Unknown in the sense, as she arrived to a town, she was pregnant, and she delivered the child on the street, and as soon as she delivered the child, and she will be helped by the doctor as well as one old lady. They both help her to deliver the child. Soon after the delivery of a child, that lady or that pregnant lady, she will die. She will die there, isn't it? Then the appearance of that lady says that she was poor. How? By seeing the appearance of the lady, how we can say that she is a poor? Because the lady which she owned are torn shoes. The shoes were completely torn. It means that it shows that how much she has walked. How much she has walked in the sense, she don't have any proper existence. That way to go, way to stay, that existence she don't have. So that she keep on roaming from here and there, so that her chappal or the slipper which were torn out, and as she was received in a condition of a pregnancy, when she delivered the child, she has not revealed that from where she was and where she wanted to go. Clear? Then as soon as the delivery of the child, she will die, and the truth that she belongs to which family or she belongs to which place and to whom that child should be handed over, that is remained as a question itself. So the child will be called as an orphan, isn't it? And that after the death of the child will cry so much in hungry, and even the child is unaware that to whom it belongs to and why it is crying and why there is no one to feed me. In that feeling or in that question only, the child, newborn infant, will cry, and we notice that child will be handed over to poor house, or it is an orphanage where it will be looked after by the person called Mr. Bumble. I hope you remember this children, isn't it? That all the child will be looked after, or all the orphan children will be looked after by the person called Mr. Bumble, and here the newborn infant child will be named as Oliver. Clear? And the child will be handed over to that Mr. Bumble, and when the child will grow up in the sense, the child will reach the age of 9. When the child will be reached age of 9, the child in the age of 9, the child don't know what is called love, affection, or the affection words, that it was completely unaware. It seems that in that poor house there is no one who can show love, affection, or even the affectionate words. All these things are completely unaware to these poor house children. Clear? Then we also notice that the people or the students one who are living in that poor house, they always living in starving. Starving in the sense they don't have a proper meal to eat. They are always in a starvation. Then the children especially here, a writer described when the Oliver has reached the age of 9, he looked very pale and thin. It means very weak. The child was looking very weak, and here writer give the introduction or the sense of a Bumble, that how or what kind of the person this Bumble was. This Bumble was very cruel kind of a person. Mr. Bumble is very cruel, and he also assuming that he is a very great because in his mind he is thinking that I am looking after all these poor orphan children, and that is a greatness according to him. And I hope I told you that greatness will comes only when it is recognized by someone, not by declaring ourselves. Isn't it, children? We never declare ourselves as a great. The greatness should be recognized by someone else, and it is our duty that if we found one who need our help, it is our duty to help them. So that we should not be told by anyone or recommended by someone that he is a needy and you have to help them. No, then that is not a greatness. If we found that anyone who is in a needy, then we have to help, isn't it? And that goodness will be counted somewhere. But here, when the Mr. Bumble has kept the children in starvation, these children don't know what is the love and affection. He never showed the love and affection to the children. But still he assume and he think himself that he is a great. Till there we have thought, and even I told you here Miss Oliver thinks the children or the companion, especially he used that word companion. Companion in the sense I told you that with whom we feel comfortable. For them we will call it as a companion, isn't it? One who goes in street, for him or for them we won't call as our companion, isn't it? We won't call them as a companion. They are stranger to us. Are you getting, children, what I am telling? Yes. They are strangers to us. We won't call them as a companion. We will call companion only to those who are very close to us, with whom we feel comfortable to share our matter and with whom we feel secure. Only such person we title them as a companion. Companion means our own, isn't it? So here Oliver has taught that the children whoever along with him in that poor house, they all are like me. They don't know what is love and affection. So he thought that all these children are like me. So we are all in a same ship, sailing in a same ship. So they are all my companion in my problem. But this companion has brought some trouble to the Oliver, isn't it, children? Then there is no meaning for calling these students or these children as a companion, because companion will never put us in a trouble, isn't it? Here the Oliver was in a unaware. We don't know that why the children or why this companion has brought him a trouble. Now let's see what was the trouble that the children has brought him to Oliver. So page number 61, fifth point, I'll read. It happened one evening at supper time in the sense a time when a food will be served. It may be a dinner or it may be a lunch. So it is the moment when the time of lunch or the dinner, or where the timing where a children will go to have a food. It happened one evening at supper time. The children were fed in a large stone hall with a big metal basin at one end. So where it was a one big hall, at the corner, at the end of the hall, there will be one metal basin in the sense to wash their hands. So at the end of such a stone hall, at the end of the hall or the corner, the metal basin were kept to wash their hands. It was a description that how their dining hall was. The master stood by the basin and served each child with a small bowl of watery gruel. So, next to that basin, the master was standing. Here, who was that master? Here, master was Mr. Bumble. He was standing there, he stood there, and he was serving food for each children, one who come in line. And what was that food? It was a small bowl of a watery gruel. Small bowl of a watery gruel, in the sense it is like a what you have, ganji, isn't it? Full of a water, and only some amount of a or some quantity of a rice in that. So more you have to drink the water and less you will get to eat in that gruel. So that was the description of the food here the writer described. So the master stood by the basin and served each child with a small bowl of a watery gruel. Boys generally have excellent appetites. So boys generally have an excellent appetite in the sense where you are having a more capacity to eat. That much you are angry. Appetite in the sense more angry, I can say. Okay. So boys generally have a excellent appetite in the sense. Usually you see that children of your age feeling more hungry. You have to feel more hungry because your activities will be more in daytime. Because you will play, you do some physical work, and all such work will give you hungry. That is a appetite. So usually you observe that when you play, right? After your play, when you go to home, you feel more hungry because the what energy you have stored, it was exhausted. So here the children doesn't mean that, or the boys doesn't mean that they are happy, they are playing, spending their time. Here they are more appetite because the work or the physical work which they do in the poor house. So here writer says that usually the boys of that age, almost the nearly age of a 9, 10, 11, 12, they are age of boys, they are usually so much hungry. Oliver and his companion were always hungry and never given enough to eat. So here along with the Oliver, the students or the children, whoever with the Oliver, they are always more hungry but they are getting very less to eat. That evening, one of the bigger boys stated quite clear that unless he had an extra bowl of a gruel, he would have most certainly eat the boy who slept next to him. See the wiseness of that elderly boy. So the elderly boys, in the sense, as I told, you are Oliver the age of a 9, elderly boy in the sense the boy may be age of a 12 or 14. So he says that today, suppose if I won't get more to eat, then I will eat the boy who will sleep next to me. See the helplessness of the children. Isn't it, children? Here you may be observed or you may done by yourself that whatever food is given to eat you, sometime you may be wasted, children. Isn't it? Have you done this? I know all of the children or all the children of your age have done this. Because what the fruits will mother will give to you, or the what vegetable will mom will give to eat you, that you may not have, you may be thrown. Isn't it? Or you may be wasted sometime. But the hungry, you see here, what that boy will say, if I won't get much to eat, I will eat the boy who was next to me or one who sleep next to me. See the helplessness. Human being eating human being in the sense, see how much hungry he was. Clear, children? So that is only saying in the sense, human being like a uncivilized, he doesn't eat a raw flesh. Isn't it? Whether anybody will bake that boy and keep, or anybody will bake the food and keep next to him to eat in the midnight? No. Here he says that like a animal, if I get angry and if I get more, if I won't get the more food to eat, I will eat that boy as raw. Is it clear? It means that if he won't get the efficient or the sufficient, it is a sufficient food, if he won't get to eat, then I will eat the raw person or the raw human being, or one who sleep next to me, I will eat him as it is. So that threatening, it may be a threatening or it may be the word which he had uttered in hungry. So that evening, one of the bigger boys stated quite clearly that unless he had an extra bowl of a gruel, he would have most certainly eat the boy who slept next to him. He had a wild and angry eye. So while saying the sentence, he was very angry, and the look which he gives on the other children, it was very wild, like a wild animal. So the smaller boys believed him. So whoever present when he was saying the sentence, the smaller boy in the sense, a children up to an age of 7, 8 or 9, they believed, they are scared. They are scared that maybe night he will eat us. They are scared and they believed the sentence which said by that elderly boy. A council was held. A council in the sense all the children will gather and they will assemble, and it was called as a meeting. Means they all are gathered. The poor children were gathered to discuss one matter. What was that matter? Matter was this only, that if that younger boy or that elderly boy, if he won't get any more food to eat, he will eat any one of us. That was the council matter which they wanted to discuss. A council was held. Oliver Twist was appointed to walk up to the master after supper and ask for the more. See, here Oliver has made a buckler, isn't it? Why? Among all many boys, here only the Oliver was appointed as a victim. Victim in the sense he was going in front of the Bumble, who was very cruel. So here Oliver was appointed that after serving food again, once after serving a food again, second time, Oliver will go and ask for more food again for the second time. So a council was held. Oliver Twist was appointed to walk up to the master after a supper and ask for a more. See, then what happened? The gruel was served out and was quickly swallowed. So as soon as it was served, it was eaten. It was completely swallowed. Then the boys whispered among themselves and forced Oliver to go. As soon as they finished, they emptied the bowl. Again they will force. Once it was served, it was empty. Again these boys forced the Oliver that you go in front of the Bumble and ask for the more. The boy whispered among themselves and forced Oliver to go. He advanced to the master, bowl in a hand, and said in a little frightened voice, "Please sir, I want some more." So as these boys were forced, he will go and stood in front of the Bumble, and he will bring the bowl in front of the Bumble, and he says, "Please sir, I want some more." So see the quietness or the humbleness of that child. He'll ask politely, "Sir, please, I want some more." But what we will do? We rudely or we rashly, "I want some more, serve me," or "I don't want this, you prepare something else." The order which we give to our mom. Isn't it, children? This is what we do, but that is the wrong. Here you see the helplessness of that child for somebody else's sake. That is not for Oliver what he was asking. Isn't it? Does he asking for himself to eat more? No. He is asking for somebody else to save the life of somebody. So here Oliver will go and ask, "Sir, I want some more." "Please sir, I want some more." The master was fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale at this. See the contrast between these two. One side is the Oliver who was pale, thin. Another side the Mr. Bumble who was healthy, fatty. Right? So in front of such a huge monster, he will go and stand and will ask for a more. Then, though he was a healthy and fit Mr. Bumble, in angry when that boy asks the more food, he will get angry and he will turn to pale. Pale in the sense, the face will become a white. Actually pale in the sense, out of angry, your face will turn into white or you will become to red. So, The master was fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale at this. What? He said, as if he could not believe his ears. At moment he was shocked that he was not able to believe that what this small boy has told to me. Whether I heard something wrong or it was illusion. He was confused at moment. Please sir, I want some more. Again he will repeat the same sentence. Please sir, I want some more. The master aimed the bowl at his head. See. Soon, second time when the boy again asks, please sir, I want some more. He will drag that bowl and he will dump, or he will put that bowl on his head. In the sense, the master aimed the bowl, in the sense, with that bowl he will hit on that boy head. The master aimed a bowl at his head, seized him by some. Seized in the sense, he dragged the bowl and he take that bowl and hit on that boy head, and he seized that boy in his arms. In the sense, he dragged and hold that boy in his arms. Tightly he would. Before only that boy is so thin, children, like you people. Then upon that he will drag that thin boy in his huge fatty arms. He will hold and he will drag it and catch it. And shouted for the beadle. So here beadle in the sense officer or the what I can say, beadle in exactly in the sense officer. It is actually a officer, one who work or one who look after the children, or the office member or the member or the servant of that poorhouse. So beadle, it means that they are the officer of the poorhouse. He will call one of the servant or the beadle of that poorhouse. Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in a great excitement. So as soon as he will drag that boy, and angrily he will push that boy with that officer. Go, you look after this child. In that manner he will push that child. Then he will go to his room. Mr. Bumble rushed into a room in a great excitement and was filled with horror. Horror in the sense, till now there is no one who came in front of the Bumble and asked for the more, because all are scared of Mr. Bumble. But here today first time somebody came in front of the Bumble and asked for more. Not just once, twice he asked the same. So he was horror in the sense, a question or that doubt as maybe arised in the mind of a Bumble, that if I let this boy to continue further, he may be trouble to me, or this boy may go against me, or this boy may rebel against me. That thought or that horror came in the minds of a Bumble. Is it clear, children? Because see, today if we allow that child, like the Bumble thing, if he allow that boy to speak today, tomorrow other will come, day after tomorrow another will come. So all the children, whoever kept in a horror or whoever kept in a cruelty, treatment of cruelty, that children may be revolt or get rebel against him. That horror which arise in the minds of a Bumble. So Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in a great excitement and was filled with horror when he heard of Oliver's crime. So he was shocked. That what the boy has done. So asked for more. Underline that sentence, children. Asked for more. He exclaimed, I never heard of such a thing. Depend on it. I never heard of such thing, depend on it. This miserable boy will be hanged. So he thinks that I never thought that any one day such kind of the incident will happen in my poorhouse. He was surprised, he was shocked. See, he was continuously thinking that how and why that boy has came in front of me and asked for the more food. He was surprised, and again he was thinking for the same, that how he could be come in front of me to ask for the more food. How dare he was. Like that, the thoughts were coming in the minds of Mr. Bumble. And in angry, he says that these boys should be hanged. Hanged in the sense, these boys should be killed. Otherwise, don't know tomorrow what other things he will do. As a punishment, see the punishment here. As a punishment for his greed and boldness. Whose greed and boldness? That was Oliver, bold and greediness. Oliver immediately locked in a room to spend the night alone. So, as soon as he dragged the boy in his arm, he pushed that boy to the bleed. He will send that boy to the servant, and that punishment he will give. This boy should be locked in a room for the full night. Nothing to be served to eat. So, one full night alone in dark room. So, that was the punishment. Then, early next morning, a notice was posted on the outside of the gate. So, night this boy was kept in a room, one dark room, alone he was kept. Oliver was kept alone in one room. That was the punishment. And morning here, all observed that in front of the gate, in front of the which gate? In front of the poorhouse gate, one notice was posted. What was the notice? Offering a reward of £5 to any man or woman who would take Oliver Twist the hands of the poorhouse. So what was the notice about? This notice was that in the notice they had mentioned that if any man or woman, if they take the child from the poorhouse, in the means if they accompany this child from the poorhouse, or if they take the child from the poorhouse, the one who take the child from the poorhouse, they will be rewarded £5. It is a bribe. So, isn't it clear, children? If you take that, it is like, if you take that notorious dog from my house, I will give you 500 rupees. It is like snake will come to our house. To catch that snake, we will pay the amount, isn't it? So that they can catch the snake and they should deliver the snake in any proper place. So that again that snake should not enter to your house and it should not disturb you. That is what we see nowadays, isn't it? So here the manner was saying that if anybody take, or if anybody one who separate the Oliver from the poorhouse, that person will be rewarded £5. That was the notice which was posted in front of the gate. Very next morning. What does it symbolize, children? It symbolizes that here Mr. Bumble was more scared than other. He may be look very cruel, fatty, healthy man, but inside the Bumble there was a fear that this boy may revolt or rebel against me next day, and he may provoke other children against me. In that fear only, he wanted to separate that Oliver from the poorhouse. See, if you are guilty or if you are doing a mistake, then only the consciousness of a fear will remain in the minds as well as heart. If you are not guilty or if you are not doing any mistake, then we are not too scared of anyone anytime. So your Mr. Bumble from the beginning till the end, he was very cruel to the children. That is why he was scared of Oliver, and so that he want to separate the Oliver from the poorhouse. This is the lesson, children. Clear? I hope this topic is clear. And while explaining the lesson, I told you few of the sentence to underline. Example. Please, sir, I want some more. See the sentence which was there in single inverted comma, this we may give it as an extract. Extract in the sense, for maybe we are coming FA, I may ask you this sentence, and regarding this question, I may ask who said this sentence. To whom he said. From which lesson it has been taken? it has been taken. It may follow such type of the question. So, see, who said this sentence? This sentence was from Oliver. To whom he said? He said to Mr. Bumble. Clear? And who, from which lesson it has been taken? It has been taken from the lesson, the boy who asked for the note. Or who is the writer of the lesson. So, I may ask, or the question may come many ways. But the sentence is this. Depending upon this sentence, a question may arise. So the foremost work what you have to do, you have to read the lesson properly, and if you found any sentences with single inverted comma, that you have to underline. It means that such sentences will come for extract. Clear, children? Here after that, your question paper coming FAs will be followed by extract. The same pattern even will continue in the 9th as well as the 10th. Clear, children? This will carry 3 mark. 3 mark in the sense, it's depend how we prepare, but usually it will carry 3 mark, means 1, 2, 3. Or half a mark question also we may ask. So, be clear with and be aware with the extract. Till then, we will meet you in the next class with another new topic, children. Till then, see you. Take care.